Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Skating Technique Tips with me, Victor Halthorpe, Olympic speed skater and skate store owner. In today's episode, we're gonna look at uphill skating, which is why today's video is being shot on this merciless 15% incline. We're gonna look at a bunch of important things if you wanna skate uphill correctly and fast. So first off, we're going to look at the position, then we're going to look at your rhythm and then your strokes in order to increase your speed going uphill and save energy. And you wonder, why is that important? Well, if you're out skating marathons, if you're doing the 24-hour Le Mans, if you're just commuting to work or from work or school, there's always going to be hills somewhere and we can't avoid them. So you might as well learn how to skate uphill correctly. When you're skating uphill, you're obviously going to go up a hill, which means that your body has to fall a little more forward than usually. But when we do that, a lot of people make a bunch of mistakes which you're trying to avoid. So the second you lean towards the hill, a lot of people tend to push their butt backwards, which is wrong, because that way we're not really generating any speed, we're just falling from one foot to the other, where instead we want to push. So you want to get your hips forward when you skate. As you can see here, try and push my hips down and go forward. You may also notice that I'm not really bending my knees in the skating position we usually teach people, so you're not as low as you might usually want to. Just try and keep the hips forward. Another thing you can think a lot about is trying to get the shoulders up. Unlike the usual compact position, you can raise the shoulders in order to be even more efficient. You might even want to think about the athletic sprinters. Like when you see Usain Bolt running, it's like a pure straight line. And this is also what we're gonna look at here. The reason for this is because it is actually a lot closer to running, which you'll see when we talk about the stroke patterns and how to twist your skates in the next step. So whereas we're usually skating with our feet pointing straight forward, when we go more uphill, we want to twist them a bit more like this. It's very close to doing starts actually. So you try and go straight lines, really twist as little as possible, and then just push to the side. The steeper it gets, the more you're going to open up the feet, because the less forward you'll be going, the more you'll have to actually step. As you can see here, my strokes are also way tighter and closer to each other. This is very different to the classic inline skating, where you try and extend as much as possible. The final but very important thing when it comes to uphill skating is the rhythm. As you can see here, I'm taking tiny steps and I spend very little time on each foot and each skate before moving on to the next one. It's very different from what you usually see inline skaters do, where there's a big body weight transfer, flying from side to side and trying to load up every leg. Except for here, the legs really don't move naturally, so you have to force it. And if you do hang on to every leg for too long, you're gonna build up a ton of lactic acid, and nobody wants to do that. So try and keep it a bit snappy. If you're struggling, you can use your arms. It's always gonna make it a little easier to get that rhythm going. You can try and speed up the arms, and usually your legs and your skates are gonna follow that arm swing. So to summarize the three parts of uphill skating: the body position, where you don't want to be as deep as you usually are, and you want to keep your hips forward, your shoulders up. And the second part will be the strokes. You want to open up your skates more than you usually do. Push more to the side and push a little more backwards, which is usually not a thing I recommend, but for uphill skating, it makes a world of a difference. And finally, the rhythm. Snappy strokes, don't overextend, and don't spend too much time on every skate so you don't blow up your legs. That's everything I have for you guys today. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you want to take a look at my other videos and subscribe to my channel. See you around.